Hey guys, this is Ed Mitchell. I'm back. I posted the first video. I wanted to do a follow-up video, behind what I just posted about the new website, upyourcreditgame.com. It's a very simple site to look through. Again, where if you understand credit, or if you're a person who's had any credit repair, if you're a mortgage broker, or if you're some sort of a automobile car salesman, you understand credit. You know the importance of adding or boosting the credit report. Um, so I encourage everybody to tell somebody, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do maybe daily posts and giving out basically free information and tips and where to go to get your financing you may need. Or to refer you to people who can help you do the things you may want to do. Some people may not want to work with individuals, may not want to work with me, but that wouldn't stop you from getting information. And I have people that will work well with you, or you may feel more comfortable with, or you may like better, or they may have services or products that you really, really, really need and could utilize. So I would advise you, or I would ask that you would at least subscribe to the channel and at least listen to what I have to say. So that, it may be something that you hear, something I may say that can cause you to say, oh, okay, I was looking for that. I needed to know that, or I needed to know where to go for that, or I didn't know this, that, or whatever. So this is a follow-up video. So please go check out the website, www.upyourcreditgame.com. I'm starting to get a little bit more used to it now. I realize I talk a little faster and I need to enunciate a little better, and so I'm working on that. So bear with me, be patient with me. I'll do the best that I can. One of the top questions I have when people are trying to buy a home or things of that nature, credit scores are somewhat important, but the biggest thing with the credit when it comes to buying a home, especially a first-time home buyer with FHA, is basically having some sort of history. Credit scores aren't as imperative as they had been for the last few years with the mortgage and the real estate bust, or whatever you want to call that. So scores around 640 is roughly what they're looking for, middle scores, which mean, it's out of the three scores. For people who may not know, out of the three scores you may have with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, the middle score has to be around 640. And sometimes you may be off a few points, which is why the website is important to go check it out. It's just merely a website. As I indicated in the first video, you just go to the site. It's kind of blank. I have one of my buddies said it was a blank video, a blank website, but it's really a website to go in and purchase it, or it's like a buy now type of situation, or look and browse now for trade lines. And people who aren't familiar with trade lines, those are basically it's credit accounts that you add to your credit to enhance your credit profile. I call it, when we do credit repair and we do enhancements, I call it the equivalent of getting dolled up to go out on the town, to go on the runway. You look cute, but you want to be dolled up. You want to go all out. You want to get the nails and the hair and the makeup. You want to have all those things on fleek, or you want to have it lit, whatever the term they're using nowadays, whatever. But you want to be, you want to blast off. You want it to be really, really nice. So those trade lines give you those extra boosts to look more attractive to the lenders. Those boosts get you in the door. So you have to get you have to have a certain score. So people who know this, I'm preaching to the choir. People who may be not 100% sure how it works and use it and know what the lingo means, you have to have a certain score to get in the door with them. And then once you in the door with them, they will assess you further and say, okay, according to your income, according to your history, that will determine how far in the door you will get with them, so to speak. So that's very important. The biggest hurt, and a lot of people don't understand this or may not get it. They may know now, I don't know. But for those who know, or whatever, just for the sake of talking about it, the biggest hindrance is always slow pays. So judgments, and those are big, but collections and charge-offs, for credit repair professionals such as myself or my other colleagues, we look at that's simple work. What makes it difficult is those accounts you have that you may have been on time for the past 2 years, but within the last 6 months you've had a 30-day late or a 60-day late, or you were 30 days late a couple months, maybe at different times. That makes it difficult for a lot of credit bureaus because it's a good trade line because you got history, you got years with it, you've got tenure, and it looks good for some lenders, for a lot of lenders, because you see some stability. They see that you've got some history. You have the ability of having a relationship with a banker or a lender, and you're able to pay them. However, just like the old Janet Jackson song, "What have you done for me lately?" A lot of these banks look at, oh, well, you were on time for 2 years, but it's May, and in February you were 30 days late. And then you take a big hit too in your credit score. I mean, you may be at a 690, and that thing will take you down to a 610 or something. It's crazy. That's a dramatic jump or a dramatic drop, but that can happen. So those are the biggest things. Pay the bills on time. I don't care what you have to do. Just pay them on time. Don't be 30 days late. The piggyback on that statement is this. If you know you're not going to have that payment that month, you call them. You call them and tell them ahead of time. So if your payment is due on the first, you know you're not going to have it until the first of the next month. You call them, because on your credit report it says paid as agreed, which means if you call them, you make an arrangement with them, and they agree to it, or you both agree to it, and you keep that agreement, you're still paid as agreed. So even if it's a financial situation, some banks will put the payment on the back end if it's an installment loan. Some credit card companies will forgive that payment, or give you some sort of a credit or whatever to your account. But you got to let them know. And if you let them know, then it goes on as paid as agreed. Simple as that. So it's really simple. Another tip I like to tell people is that don't be afraid of the balances of your credit card. A lot of people don't want to. They got a credit card bill that's up, and they got $500 left after they paid the bills where they live, the car note, the house note, that type of thing. They got this credit card bill. The minimum payment is $250 or whatever. They want $250, and you're like, I got $500 left. What you need to remember is that, especially in a revolving credit account, that money never goes away. So even if you paid them half that money that you had in your pocket or in your hand, as far as cash, because of revolving credit, you still have access to that $250. So you never really lose the money in revolving credit, unless it's in jeopardy of being closed. But hopefully you're not in that situation. That's usually a very extreme case. But so if you look like that, the money is always being exchanged. So if you got a revolving credit card account, the payment is due, and you want to pay it down, or it's a higher amount that you need to pay on a big balance, whatever, pay it, because you can always go back and use the card for a cash advance, which I don't necessarily recommend unless it's totally necessary. But you still have that available to spend. You can pay your car note with that. You can pay your light gas bill with that. You can go out to dinner, obviously, into a movie, or do other things that you thought you wouldn't have been able to do because you use your $500 or some of it to pay it. So keep that in mind. Go to the website, www.upyourcreditgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's on this link. I think it's BMI Inc. or something like that, business management. So again, go to the website, upyourcreditgame.com. Look on there. It's merely for the purpose of picking trade lines. If you have questions about credit repair, credit restoration, who you should see, I don't care. I have no qualms about where you go or what you do. My job is to get information to you. And then, yes, if you could purchase from us, fine. But if I can help you, and you can buy your house, or you can take care of your family, or you can help your, do that little student loan thing for your child, which I don't necessarily recommend, but if you had to, I can show you how to do it, where they're accepting it, the whole nine. Also, I do have a few inroads on some credit unions that are local and what banks to pull, okay? So until next time, I'll be posting another video, and this next video will talk about credit and the differences with bureaus, okay? Hope to see you soon. Please subscribe to us. We have more videos to come. Much love. And God bless each and every one of you guys. Peace.